Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to another cook with me kind of video. Unfortunately, we're making something to do with tofu again, but I'll say it's a little bit different. So I was in Tesco the other day and I saw this tofu by a brand called Naked, and I just thought I would try it out, and it comes in like this little packaging like this. So it's very different from the one that I normally buy. The one that I normally buy is from like an Asian shop and you get much more than this. But this one was £2 and the one that I buy in the Asian shop is £1.80 or £1.60 or something like that. So yeah, this one is £2 and it's organic as well. So when you open the box, it comes with like this leaflet thing and you know what stuff that you can do with it. But I thought I'll add some mushrooms to my mixture this time around. I never thought I'll be that girl that actually likes mushroom. I never ever used to like mushroom, but here I am today eating mushrooms. So you see, never say never. These are my favorite mushrooms. They're called exotic mushrooms, and I get these from Tesco as well. And with these exotic mushrooms, you never know what you're gonna get, so there's always something different in there. So I thought I would add this one. Personally, to me, if you close your eyes and think hard enough, it tastes like shaki if you season it right. I'm telling you, this mushroom tastes like shaki. If you're Nigerian and Yoruba, you know what shaki is. I swear to God, this tastes like shaki to me. The kids are on Easter holiday, so it's been hard for me to get things done. It's been really hard for me getting things done during this Easter break. Normally I'll be beating myself up like, oh my God, I haven't done anything I wanted to do, but it's like, I can't come and kill myself. I'm waiting for the pan to get hot, and I was thinking in my head, like, I wonder what do you guys normally eat? Like on a typical day, like what's your go-to meals? My food really consists of like the same sort of things. Like if I like something, I'm going to eat it until I get bored. So for example, all throughout last week, I was loving my lentils and that kind of stuff. So I made stuff to do with lentils all throughout that week. So now I'm bored of that. I've moved on to tofu. So now I'm making stuff with... My phone is ringing. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so yeah, I think I remember now. So I was talking about tofu, right? So my day consists, like, so as I was saying, so I have my typical diet consists of lentil, some sort of carbs, which my typical diet. Let me just talk about diet and what I typically eat. Oh my God. So while I put this in the pan, you guys know that I like to dry out I'm sure you know that I like to dry out the tofu first before I season it or anything, just to get rid of the water. So I'm just putting it all in the pan. Whilst my tofu is doing its thing, I wanted to just talk about diet and what my food intake typically looks like, just for anyone who's interested. So I have a lot. So my fats, if I was to break down the foods that I eat, including fats, carbs, protein and all that stuff. So I will say for fats, I typically have chia seeds, avocados, what else do I have that I would say is a fat source? Sometimes I eat some nuts, but I'm not really a big fan of nuts. If it's not, I like peanuts and I like almond butter, so that's another source of fat. But like I said to you guys, every time I eat almond butter or anything to do with peanuts, I always get like a spot here or there. But I still eat it anyway. What else? So then that's all I can remember now for fats. For protein, it's either tofu, lentils, kale, broccoli. Surprisingly, all those like vegetables also have some form of protein in them. So that's why I'm not really a big fan on taking like protein shakes, or if you eat relatively clean. When I say clean, I mean like if you eat like proper food, then you're gonna get all your nutrients from the food you eat. So I'm not really big on taking protein shakes or protein. Like if I have it, I will take it, but it's not compulsory for me to buy it. For example, like, you know, the protein, guys, the protein that I do like is the one by Form Nutrition. But once it's finished, it's finished. And then if I feel like buying it again, I'll buy it again. But it's not like a it's not a must. I don't feel like I don't feel like it did anything to, like, I don't feel like it really does. Me personally, I don't notice the difference whether I take it or I don't take it. Like, I just really focus on what I'm putting in my mouth. And then for carbohydrates, I have rice. I haven't had potatoes in a long time. You pounded yam, gari, eba. Those are, like, you know, like, one thing I've learned is if you really want to feel the effect of your workouts or your training or whatever you do, you have to eat properly. I'm just gonna throw some fitness diet stuff out there. By the way, I'm not a nutritionist, I am not a personal trainer, I am not a fitness expert, I don't have the perfect body, but I just feel like this may help somebody. Right, the first thing is you can't target where you want to lose fat. I think I've said this before. So you can't say that, do you know what, I want to lose my belly today, or I want to lose my arms today. I want to lose belly fat today, or I want to lose some arm fat today. It doesn't work like that. And also, don't be afraid to lift weights, even if you see yourself as overweight, or even if you see yourself as fat. Because remember, even if you see yourself as fat, and remember, you may have fat, but you are not fat. So you yourself as a person are not fat. You have fat. Everybody has fat. I have fat. We all have fat. So yeah, I think that, yeah, we need to learn to sort of, it's good to separate those two things for your own mental well-being. And also, yeah, like I said, what was I saying? So yeah, if you consider yourself as somebody that has fat, if you consider yourself as somebody that has fat, don't be afraid to lift weights as well. Because I think if you have, let's say, if you class yourself as somebody, say for example you want to lose weight, right? So you have fat in certain places, like, you lifting weights might actually be, it will probably be beneficial to you, because then you can sort of turn your fat into muscle, and then it will end up going to all the right places if you train the places well, if that makes sense. So for example, how I train is I split my workout, because I personally sometimes, and also when it comes to exercise, I don't have like I wouldn't say I have a particular routine. I do what I want. Like, so for example, so let's say in a week I might train legs maybe 2 days out of that week. So a day will be sort of leg, as in, like, you know, leg focused, and then I'll have a day where I'll go even more, where I'll have another day where it will be glute focused, but I always give myself a couple of days rest in between. And then I'll also do upper body as well. I don't really train, to be honest, I don't really train abs that much, because I'm not trying to get a six-pack out here. Like, as long as my body looks fine, I'm not trying to get a six-pack. Like, I don't think I'll ever get a six-pack, because I like to eat, and if you want six-pack, you have to be at a calorific deficit. If you want a six-pack, you've got to eat less, and I'm not about to do that. Listen, I need energy to run around these 3 kids, so I'm happy with the way my stomach is. So I only throw in abs like here and there. I don't have like a strict regimen of doing abs every day. Like, who six-pack help? Who six-pack help, please? So this is just personal. This is just personal. Please don't attack me. Or this is my personal opinion, by the way. I'm just gonna turn the tofu. Oh, fitness to me is related to my mental well-being. So it's not just like all about physical, but the physical aspects I've told you guys is lovely. You know when you're training, you start seeing results, like, yeah, oh, I'm doing something right. And also what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. So yeah, so let's say, I have days where I train 4 days a week, I have days where I do 3 days a week, I have days where I do 1 day a week. Like, it just depends how I'm feeling. Like, I'm not fixated on, you know, I must. Can vary from anything from 20 minutes to an hour to, I think that's the most I've ever trained. And if I'm filming my workouts, it takes longer because I've got to stop to record, but yeah. But one thing, I would say my favorite place to train is upper body, because it doesn't take as long. Like upper body, you can be done within like 25 minutes because you don't really need a long rest period. Like with upper body, I don't think you need to take a minute 30 seconds rest. You just go straight from one to the next to the next to the next to the next and be done. So yeah, so don't feel I don't know how to say this, like it's not by force. You don't feel, just do what works for you. And also, like I said, so as I was saying about the weight training, so if you see yourself as somebody who has like excess weight or who wants to lose it, I personally feel like you're at a more, like you've got more of a benefit, because you can turn that fat into muscle and you don't have to work. Because trust me, building muscle is very, very hard. A lot of females tend to think that if they lift weights, they're going to look bulky. If only it was that easy to build muscle. Do you know how, oh man, if it was that easy to build muscle, I think, I don't know, I don't even know what I would look like right now. It is really, really difficult to build muscle. That's why a lot of people, it takes years and years and years, and I'm still part of the journey. And also another thing with building muscle is, like with exercise as well, you've got to keep going. It can't be a temporary thing. You can't just exercise, lose all the weight, or get to the shape or whatever, get to the physique or however you want to look, and then you stop. That's why I always say, like, it's best for you to incorporate it into your lifestyle. So if, for example, even if you don't feel like lifting weights, you could dance, yoga, swimming. You don't even have to use any weights. You could just use your body. There's so many things that you can do. You just have to find what works for you and what fits into your daily activities. For example, I'm not really a big fan of doing cardio because I have 3 kids. I feel like running after them every day is cardio for me. I don't want to. When I had 2 kids, before I had the 3rd child, when I had 1 child, I loved going for a run. I loved doing all that. When I had the 2nd child, yeah, I still enjoyed going for a run, you know. But when I had the 3rd child, I ain't running nowhere. The only place I'm running to is my bed. I don't like cardio. So instead of doing cardio, I will swap it for HIIT cardio and that kind of stuff. So like high intensity interval training. It's very, very great for your cardiovascular system. So I incorporate that in my workouts, you know, just get it over and done with. So yeah, just, you know, do what works for you. I hope this little bit was helpful. I don't know if any of what I've said has made sense, but in my head I feel like it has. So I hope you guys have found this helpful. Yeah, that's my little 2 cents. Oh, and one more thing, you don't have to lift heavy weights. Lift what's comfortable for you, but also lift something that pushes you a little bit. So say for example, you're comfortable with lifting 10 kg, maybe push it to 13 or 15, just to see, you know, where like you've got some form of resistance. If you are interested, if you are looking into getting into weight training, something that gives you a little resistance, that, you know, that pushes you a little bit. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that should make sense. Yeah, tofu is done. It's done donezos. I'm gonna put the tofu in here. Trust me, when you do this to the tofu first, it comes out so much more crispier once you've put it in the oven. And because you've done it like this, you don't need to put it in the oven for too long. I've turned on the oven, but I just wanted to let you guys quickly know. You see these grease-proof baking paper from Asda? Amazing. And also Aldi also sell their own one. Those two, whatever you put on it will not stick. You don't need to add any oil. And the one in Aldi is cheaper. I believe this one I think is like £1.59 or maybe £2.59, but in Aldi I think it's less, either less than £1 or £1.20 or something. Yeah, those two are the best ones. I've tried the ones from Wilkinson's, it sticks, but these two, and I've tried the one from Tesco as well, that one sticks as well, but these two, highly recommend. I am a real foodie at heart, trust me. I love food, like food. You know, we all have one thing that we spend a lot of our money on. Some people like to buy clothes, some people like to buy makeup, some people like to buy, I don't know, but me, it's food. I love to buy good food. Anything that's gonna make me feel good and that's gonna nourish me from the inside out, I will buy it. I don't care how much it is. That's how bad I am. So I'm one of those people that will probably pay £10 for a tiny bottle of sauce or something if it's like 100% pure and stuff like that. Yes, but the Nigerian side of me also tames that. I always think, are you mad? £10 for this? You better put it down. I've decided to have plantain and the tofu. I can't be bothered to make rice right now. The house is packed, everybody's back home. I think I prefer this tofu. It is so crunchy. I feel like I'm actually eating something that's fried, even though it's not fried. It's very, very crunchy. I would recommend this tofu. I think this might be my new tofu going forward. Thank you guys very much for watching, and see you guys in my next video. I just have to end it here.